Premier 1 Selkirk had a tricky cup game against GHA from the league below, and although home advantage favoured Selkirk, the team from Glasgow didn't travel to the borders to make up the numbers. And on 19 minutes it was GHA who took the lead when Scott Hendry totally misjudged the ball, handing winger Rory O'Keefe 5 points on a plate. It may have been against the run of play, but he was happy to sprint in unopposed for the opening try. Fly half James Noonan popped over the conversion to make it 7-0. The home side were very rusty, and early on, despite plenty of territory and possession, they were their own worst enemy, this being typical of the kind of play they were serving up. And it got worse before it got better. The visitors managed to get play inside the Selkirk 22, and it wasn't long before they were adding to their total, being awarded a penalty in front of the posts, which Noonan scored to put GHA 10-0 up. While the forwards, particularly Patterson, Willett, Darling and Rennick, were doing some good work up front, the backs were letting the side down, and it took Rob Taylor coming off the bench just before half-time to get points on the board for Selkirk. He even had the cheek to put in a wee dummy, and he trundled over the line for a fine try, which settled the nerves of both players and spectators. Scott Hendry kicked the conversion, and the teams turned round with just 3 points separating them. But early in the second half it was GHA who stretched their lead with another well-taken penalty from Noonan, and it was clear they still fancied their chances of pulling off a cup shock. But Selkirk were more controlled in the second period, the backline had more shape to them, and they started to look dangerous. This was a good move involving Clapperton, McVie and Hendry, which deserved a try, but they were beginning to get themselves into good positions to attack from. One thing was certain, Selkirk were not interested in going for goal when they received several kickable penalties. Many agreed this was probably not the best option, and on this occasion, when Mike McVie flung the ball out wide to Darren Clapperton, the hoped-for 5 points turned into nothing after the winger's foot went into touch. But their commitment to running rugby is a feature of Selkirk's game, and when their club international fullback, Fraser Harkness, made an appearance off the bench, he was certain to cause GHA problems. This move was halted only by a high tackle on Scott Hendry. Again, no thoughts of going for goal, and while they were deep in GHA territory, the forwards were confident they could inflict some damage on their opponents. They were clearly getting the upper hand up front, and they were enjoying this rolling maul. It was only a matter of time before big Martin Murray got the ball in his hands and drove over the line for a score which would bring his team to within just 1 point of GHA. No success with the conversion, but Selkirk were confident of winning this game, and on 73 minutes they managed to finally go into the lead with the best try of the match. A typical storming run from Harkness saw him make yardage, taking 4 defenders with him. Good quick ball set up another attack. Rob Taylor was in support and kept the move going, and it was only a matter of time before the GHA defence would crumble under the sheer bombardment of a Selkirk team intent on scoring the winning try. The ball went out to the right, and Jason Hendry finished things off with a try in the corner, and Selkirk had come from behind to win the game.
First half, not good enough. They got a try from one of our mistake. Kind of fortunate, but they really played quite a smart game. Standoff dictated things a lot for them and put them into the right places, but our performance, too many errors. It was like you can't play anybody and make that amount of errors.